Ladies and gentlemen, today we are servicing the transmission on this GLK. And we'll get right to it first. I am actually in the process of refilling this thing. I've already taken the pan down, already replaced the filter, and I'm now in the process of refilling. Now you can probably tell as to the quantity of hose clamps on this contraption. This is homemade. The OEM tool used for this job actually uses compressed air to force the fluid in from underneath. Those tools run like $250 plus. I was able to build something for under 25 bucks. Well, I mean, when you count in all the fittings and hose clamps and whatnot, some of the stuff I had laying around already, and there's the last of it. I used a 1-gallon garden sprayer. Pump it up, dumps the fluid in from underneath. Works perfectly. I was actually able to just dump in 5 quarts of fluid in about 4 or 5 minutes. Really simple, pretty quick. For anyone curious that wants to do the same thing, I just have the stock tube coming up here. All the way up to this point. This is the O-ring sealed fitting here that goes into the sprayer valve. I just took the twist off part off here and put it up there, hooked it up with a hose clamp here into, I made this several years ago. I cannot remember the size of this tubing, but for anyone curious, it's probably like 5/16 or something going into a ball valve fitting here. And then these you can find on Amazon, eBay, probably FCP Euro as well. These are designed to hook up to the factory filling tools, but you can easily just put a hose clamp and a vinyl tube on it. Now, I'm not going to be showing the full service procedure for this transmission. There's already numerous videos and detailed pictorials on how to do this, and it's no different for the GLK. Now, what is a little bit different, I said I was going to be doing a transfer case service on this thing, and I didn't know at the time that the transfer case on these GLKs is actually built into the transmission. The gearing for the transfer case actually runs off the same transmission fluid that the rest of the transmission does. So, when you do a transmission service, you are actually changing the transfer case fluid as well. You can see here, this is the back of the transmission. Right here is the back of the transfer case. Focus, you fuck. Transfer case. And then if we come over to the other side, it's going to be difficult to see. I don't have a light on it, but right up there is where the drive shaft goes through. That's a drive shaft right there, going up to the front differential. Now, I'm not doing a differential service today. Don't have a ton of time, so I'm just going to be doing a transmission service. But I did just want to show you guys something that you can do to save a little bit of money on the equipment for refilling these. As I said, this probably runs, I mean, when you include the valving and stuff, it's under 50 bucks for the whole setup to be able to do this. I'll leave a link down in the description and link you guys the best video that I've seen on servicing the transmissions on these things. Couple additional things. Don't forget, replace the pan bolts if you're going to do this. These are aluminum, and they're supposed to be torqued to 4 Newton meters plus 180 degrees of travel like the injectors for the engine are torqued down. I think that's a bit too much. These are aluminum, and the risk of breaking these off is pretty high. So what I do instead is I torque them to 8 Newton meters. That seems to be enough to prevent them from leaking, and there's no risk of snapping them inside the housing. But that is going to be it for today, guys. Short and sweet. I just wanted to show you guys how you can save a little money on this tool, and then also let you know about the transfer cases on these GLKs. That is it.